It's a hot day, right? It's like 35 plus, and the kids are like, hey, can you get us something? So I obviously knew this meant Slurpees. I told them, look, the reason why this car runs so well is because I put good fuel into the car. Imagine if I started putting bad fuel into the car, what's going to happen? I told them, look, when you become an adult, you're going to have the luxury of buying anything you want, right? That's going to be the luxury. It could be a hindrance, right? Depending on how you play these cards. Hey everyone, it's Opa here for another podcast where we talk about health, wealth and happiness. So this is my daily vlog. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, I'm going to try and give you some wisdom, try and get some advice from you guys, and hopefully impart something that I've learned as well. And I've just come back from dropping and picking up my kids from karate class. So on the way back and on the way there, we usually have a discussion, just chat about stuff, listens to stuff. And today, on the way back, I said, look, guys, I got to drop off at the servo and get some diesel. So as I was getting out, it's a hot day, right? It's like 35 plus, and the kids are like, hey, can you get us something? So I obviously knew this meant Slurpees, and I knew dinner was waiting.
A new report has lifted the lid on the massive sugar hit contained in frozen drinks, with almost 50 teaspoons in some of the mega-sized varieties.
I said, probably not, but we'll come back and have a chat. So came back and I started talking to them about proper nutrition. I told them, look, the reason why this car runs so well is because I put good fuel into the car. Imagine if I started putting bad fuel into the car, what's going to happen? Things are going to break. I'm going to have to take it to the mechanic, and it's eventually going to just die. Same thing with our body, right? We have to make sure that we've got good nutrition, good stuff going in, so we don't end up getting sick and we can live longer. And then my son goes to me, are you going to be around when I'm 18? Which is like another 10 years away. And I'm like, I hope so. I don't know for sure, right? But I hope so. I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that I'm around for you guys. But in case I do die, I'll still be around in spirit, make sure I'm looking after you guys. And that's the reason why I'm making these videos, right? So you guys can actually go back and watch it and maybe learn something, maybe not. Maybe just see your old man talking to no one on the screen. So he's just like, and that got him a little bit worried because, at that age, kids are still worried about this, parents dying. And I remember that very distinctly when I was young. The worry of parents dying was a real worry, like a real concern. I don't know at what age that fear went away, but I know, it was there for a long, long time. And I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but I know for my kids, it must be real for them. So I'm just trying to teach them as much as I can, not be attached. Sorry, I'm just trying to turn the light on because, as I said, I'm outside at the moment. I just did some gardening as well. So I figured I'll just set up the cameras and quickly shoot a video because I can't do it inside. It's a bit rowdy at the moment. So hopefully the neighbors are not thinking, what's this weirdo doing outside at 9 o'clock at night talking to himself. So going back to what I was saying before. So my aim is today was to just teach them, we've got an option now. Like we've got options in our lives. I told them, look, when you become an adult, you're going to have the luxury of buying anything you want, right? That's going to be the luxury, but that's also going to be, it could be a hindrance, right? Depending on how you play these cards. The reason being, I actually ended up looking it up while I was with the kids, and 32% of Australians are classified as obese. And I told them, what does obese mean? Obese means severely overweight. Severely overweight means, you're more prone to having high blood pressure, which means risk of heart attack and stroke goes up. There's also a whole lot of other issues as well, which all your organs are strained because they're, your organs haven't really grown. It's just that, you've got excess body fat. So I told them they've got to make, when they've when they're old enough and they've got money and they can buy anything they want, the risk is that they can buy anything they want, meaning the good food or the bad food. And if you're watching this and go, are you just giving us a lecture because you didn't buy your kids a Slurpee? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Every now and then, of course, okay, get them a Slurpee, I get them treats, but I want them to realize that the majority of the time, 95% of the time, you gotta make the right choices in life. Otherwise, it just ends up building and compounding, and you end up in a really bad place, and you work out, oh my God, how did I get here? It worked out, you got there because of the compounding poor decisions that have been made throughout the life. It's not the single decision that you make. It's not the second decision. It's that compound effect of all those bad decisions, and that's how people become obese. And I know there are genetic factors involved as well. Sometimes people's genes are prone to allowing them to become more easily obese than, say, other people. And I don't know what the percentage is. All I can, I guess, tell you is what I've heard from the likes of Dr. Greger. So the Dr. Greger, he has a famous quote saying, the genes may load the gun, but it's the diet that pulls the trigger, which means you might actually have it inherently in you to have heart disease. As you may remember, last week, I ended up having some chest pains. I knew it was nothing to do with the heart, but the fact that my dad's had heart disease, my grandfather died of a heart attack, I thought, hey, I better get it checked out. What am I doing to counteract all this? I'm trying to eat right, I'm trying to exercise, I'm trying to move my body, I'm trying to do all the right things to make sure, even though I've been dealt a bad case of genes, I'm trying to do my utmost best to suppress them as much as I can. And that's all I can do. And that's what I told the kids as well. Look, I'm trying all I can to suppress those bad genes with positive stuff that I'm doing on a daily basis. And that's what you need to do when you're older as well. Make those little decisions that compound over to the point that you're living a good, healthy life full of abundance. That's it. It's a short one today, but just one thing if you got out of this video is when you're driving around, it's okay to listen to music, but try and talk to your kids, play some games, and just teach them something that Google can't teach them. And that's usually with your life experiences. So pick a topic, ask them questions, show them something, and ask them, interact with them. Because, listening to Beyonce and Jay-Z, it's all right. And that's okay every now and then. And don't get me wrong, I'll drop, Tupac, NWA, clean versions for the kids, when we're really happy and lively and we're pumping up the car and it's awesome, right? But not all the time. Use some of that time to interact with those kids, because it's when you're sort of in that confined environment where you got nothing to do, right? You're all in one space driving along, you can have those meaningful conversations and they'll ask you questions. And if you don't know, that's fine. And go, hey, I don't know. Let me look it up. When you look it up, hopefully you're not driving, look it up. There's so many tools out there. You can give them an answer straight away, because you'll get a answer this big, but you'll be able to synthesize that and give them a answer that's appropriate for a 6-year-old or a 10-year-old. That's it. In other news, in regards to the podcast itself, I think I need one of those mics that I hold. So apparently with these Rode mics, this is just off the topic. I've seen where you can, so I've had to hold this now, and I've got this fluffy thing on top, which I'm hoping is cutting some of this wind. There isn't too much wind, but in the last video I recorded out here, there was a bit of wind noise. So I'm hoping this fluffy thing will cut out the wind noise, but I'm having to hold it like a weirdo. I'm outside 9 o'clock at night talking, so I think we've that board has sailed. But apparently you can buy these things and it's really cheap, and you slide this on and you can hold it like a proper microphone. So I might get that. I think it's only like $20, maybe more. I'll check it out. Cool. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.